So here I am babbling and I'm on mute here. Welcome, welcome, welcome one, welcome all to Aware and Convinced, our little friendly stream here. And let me make sure I get everything set. It looks like I got things set up pretty good. Let's make sure mic is working. Yep, it appears to be working. That's good. All right, so welcome in. Glad you could make it tonight. Are you sober tonight? Are you sober? Well, if you're not, stick around, grab a cup of coffee. I've got my iced coffee here. I'm an iced coffee lover. I like hot coffee too. Stick around. I'm going to talk about a few things tonight. And being Good Friday and all. Happy Good Friday. Have you been good this Friday? I hope you have, for sure. I know I have. I've been very good this Friday. I've been very lazy this Friday. Lazy bones, for sure. So let's get started here. And hopefully we're broadcasting on all frequencies tonight. All right, let's see. Okay. So let's do this. Okay, so first of all, Tonight we're going to stay sober together for a little while. Get you through the early part of the evening anyway. Let's see, I want to make an adjustment here, and I'm not sure exactly if that's going to work. No, it's not. And that's not going to work either. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. That's all right. Let's go back over here. We don't want that. There we go. I think we're in business. I'll turn my music down here just a little bit, my background. All right. Sounds like the clock is ticking, right? Well, it could be ticking for you. It could be. All right, so what are we doing? We're going to stay sober together this evening. My name's Glenn. I'm a recovered alcoholic, and welcome on in. This is the live stream. I'm going to try to do this each and every evening the best we can. No promises. Some evenings I do have to take off, but we'll try to get as many evenings in as we can. And welcome to Aware and Convinced. That is the name of the channel and the stream. This is a live video, and it is number 4. Number 4. I'll have to keep track. Number 4. And what do they say? A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. One step. So I'm really glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome on in. So I'm a recovered alcoholic. I drank for 40 plus years. I'm still alive by the grace of God. Been sober now for over 5,000 days. And 40 years is a long time to be consumed by alcohol. Yeah, I was consumed by alcohol. And I consumed alcohol. It consumed me. We consumed each other. It was bad, and we'll get into that in a little bit as well, how you can get out of it. This channel isn't about shame or blame. It's about honesty, accountability, and the raw reality of addiction and the powerful hope of recovery. Recovery doesn't erase the past, but it gives us a chance to be forgiven for it. One honest step at a time, one day at a time. And like I said, I've been sober now for over 5,000 days, coming up on to 15 years. In June, will I make it? You bet your ass I will. Absolutely. God willing, and I know God is willing, and I am willing. How did I do it? One day at a time, sometimes 1 hour at a time. Actually, I've done it 1 minute at a time. With a little time, a little help, a lot of commitment and faith, there is a light at the end of the tunnel for you, if you want it. But you got to want it. If you don't want it, then you can go somewhere else. Really. You've got to want that change, that sobriety. You've got to want it. Okay. So here we are in the live stream, and starting this live stream, I'm a newbie. I'm an old bee newbie. Starting a live stream, it's a challenge. It's been a little bit of a challenge for me, but what I've seen out there, scanning the different streams that are available, why not, right? Why not? So I wanted to create a stream about addiction and recovery because I've been there, and let's face it, it's not getting any easier or any better out there. It's just not. Even though Trump was blowing up boats, bringing drugs I guess we can assume, bringing drugs up here, um, that that didn't it put maybe put a little dent in it. But hey, look, you want the drugs, you want the alcohol, alcohol. Well, never mind that. That's available on every street corner, just about. But you want some freedom from addiction. It's tough out there. It's too easy to stay in addiction, and it takes a little work to get out of it. So if you're ready to do a little work, all right, you're in the right place right now. Okay, it doesn't matter what your addiction is. Where did you come from? I have an interesting little bug crawling around on my desk. Let's see. Fly away, fly away. Boy, he's a fast little son of a gun, too. All right. So this is your refuge, your home away from home. So it's a safe space for you, and we don't get too crazy here. I'll be sharing, some of my story from time to time, and how I recovered, how I stay quit, and how my higher power, whom I choose to call God, finally made it happen for me. And yes, I do believe in miracles because you're looking at one. I am a miracle. If you're new to recovery, don't let the God thing get in your way. Don't let it take you out, because your drug of choice will do that for you without any problem. Okay? So, again, the name of the channel is Aware and Convinced, and it seemed like a fitting name considering the topic. So, let me ask you a simple question. If you're here, are you aware and or are you convinced? Because to get sober, to stay sober, to get yourself into recovery, I believe you got to be both aware and convinced. Aware of your problem and convinced that you got to do something about it. Period. End. Stop. Full stop. You've got to do something about it. Okay? You've got to make a change, a complete change. It has to happen, and it will happen with help from your higher power, whatever that may be. God happens to be my higher power. Yours could be totally different. Whatever floats your boat. Okay? When I first got into AA, they said, don't worry about the higher power. If you don't have one, pick anything you want. A doorknob could be your higher power. Well, it could be, I guess. But I chose something a little more substantial, I think, and that happened to be God. And, again, it's wide open to you, whatever you decide to choose for a higher power. But you need to get that higher power involved in your recovery. That's the important thing. You have to make a change if you want to live life to its fullest, clean and sober the rest of your life. Yeah, think about it. It can happen. And it has happened to millions of people. It can happen to you too, but you got to want it more than anything else in the world. More than anything else. You got to want it more than your partner, your significant other, your wife, your husband, your kids, before the job, before anything. You've got to want that recovery. Because once that happens, you'll have all the rest without a problem. Okay? Your desire for recovery comes first. And if that desire doesn't come first, well, then there's a good chance that you won't get it. And your addiction will take you out. And it happens. It happened to someone I knew that I was very close to. And if you disagree with that, hey, there's a chat that's wide open. Click on the chat, give me a little, if you disagree. If you agree, let me know as well. You've got to get that. Your desire to get sober, clean and sober, has got to be number one. And as I said earlier, I've been sober for almost 15 years. That's coming up in June. Father's Day, believe it or not, that's my sobriety date. And I did it one day at a time. And honestly, like I said, it's a miracle. I'm a walking miracle today. And I'm here to tell you miracles are real, and you can also experience the miracle of recovery. It can happen to you too. So I'm not here to lecture you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. All right. And I'm not here to lecture you about a biopsychological situation where an individual's functionality is dependent on the necessitated reconsumption of a psychoactive substance. We're not going to do that either. That's the definition of addiction. Thank you, Wikipedia. None of that. We're not going to lecture. We're just going to talk, no fluff, just honest talk, honest comments about the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And if you're experienced in recovery at all, I welcome you to join in. If you have some sobriety, welcome in. It never hurts. And if you're new to sobriety or you want to get sober, clean and sober, don't be afraid to jump in the chat as well. Be happy to chat with you. All right. Now, something that got me motivated to do this particular stream was a while ago, now 2 years. As of this broadcast, I had a catastrophic event happen in my life, rocked me to my core. However, I didn't drink. I didn't use. Alcohol was my thing, but honestly, it could have been anything else. It's a drug, and a drug is a drug is a drug. So a couple of years ago, well, I've been retired now about 2 years, and about 2 years ago, I had lost my partner, my spouse, and she was also addicted. She passed away from an overdose right beside me. And that was a motivating experience for me to get started with this channel. Absolutely. We had talked about it in the past. We talked about starting a channel on sobriety during one of her sober times. She did have very limited time after time after time after time after time of sobriety, but they were short, interrupted by a relapse every time. And her last relapse was her last relapse. So yeah, you know, some people just don't get the freedom they deserve in sobriety. Some people can't make it. God has them on another path, apparently. So I'm going to keep it real with you because, you know, if you get sober, you know, and you get clean, you don't use anymore, you don't pick up, you don't drink anymore, it does not mean that life is going to be full of rainbows and unicorns and sunshine and sugar cookies. Life is full of storms, and some of them are bad, real bad. Tornadoes, hurricanes, life tornadoes that tear everything up around you. It still can happen, even when you're clean and sober. But, big but, well, not as big as it used to be. I think it's shrinking as I get a little bit older. But anyway, yeah, but through it all, by the grace of God, I might add, I don't drink anymore. I don't use. And that's a miracle. And it can happen to you. You. It can happen to you. You know, I won't compromise on that anymore. Now, let's talk. Um, I'm just here to pass along some of what I learned along the way over the years and to share some of my experiences with you in hopes that it helps you get sober and stay sober. Okay. Whether you're new or you're struggling or you're just stalled out in your sobriety, I hope this channel will give you a little bit of a boost and a little faith, a little spark, a little kick in the ass. Yeah. Maybe even a laugh. Just keep it going. Keep moving forward, 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 not back, forward. Because it's too easy. It's too easy. If you're an addict, whether it's alcohol or drugs or food or whatever you're addicted to, it's too easy to go backwards. It really is too easy. So make sure you're always moving forward. I believe you can do this. I believe we can do it together, one stream at a time, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, whatever it takes. Getting clean and sober and staying sober is a process. It's not going to happen overnight for most people. Hey, occasionally, yeah, it does happen overnight. If you're one of the real lucky ones, you can say, yeah, I'm putting it down, I'm done, I'm through, I'm over this. Well, God bless you, because that's a miracle if you can do that. I know it didn't work that way for me. And I know it doesn't work that way for a lot of folks. In AA, which is what I started with to get my sobriety in gear, and different clubs have different ways they handle this, but most of the clubs I'm familiar with anyway, if you want to get sober your first time, your first day, 24 hours, the length of the meeting up to 24 hours, you get a little white chip, like a poker chip. And take that with you and you keep it. And if you get the desire to use or drink or whatever your addiction is, you feel that chip in there and take it out and look at it and remember you made a commitment to start to get sober. Well, I did that. And I got sober. I stayed sober for that day and that week. Then I went out. Yeah, I think the first time was probably about a week. Maybe a week, maybe 3-4 days. But close to a week anyway. And then went to another meeting, picked up another chip after being out for a month. Picked up another chip a month later, and that may have lasted 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks. And then I went out again for about another month or two and went back to more meetings and picked up another chip, a white chip. And maybe that time I went for maybe a month or two. Oh, yeah. It took me a while to finally get it. It really did. But I kept trying. I needed it. I had to have it. Being thrown out of the house by your wife and told to, they don't want you to live there. And the kids hate you. They don't want anything to do with you. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of kicks you in the butt and says, you better get things together here. So you try. That's all you can do is try. And it's a process. And it works. Once you get clean and sober, it'll change your life forever. Number one, you'll be alive. You won't overdose and die. Because after all, you are somebody's kid. Or you are somebody's parent. Or you are somebody's friend. Or coworker. Or spouse. Or partner. You are somebody. That's important to remember. You are somebody. You are a real person. You do count. And being clean and sober will change your life forever. And you'll be a lot happier too. Take it from me. Or don't. Experience it yourself. That being clean and sober means a whole new life. You know, as addicts, alcoholics, addicts, we're all together in the same boat. We should have been on the Titanic, actually, right? But we're together in the same boat. And I'm not going to row. You can row. No. Where are the oars? We're all in the same boat. We all have the same problem. Now, we use different substances, but the end result is the same. What is it? The end result is the same. Jail, institutions, or death. Make no mistake about it. It can happen. You know, people in general, we think, well, it could never happen to me. It could never happen to anybody I love and care for. No, it always happens to somebody else. Never happens to me. It couldn't happen to me. Well, I got news for you. It can't happen to you. It happened to me, and I was the same way. I didn't think anything like that would ever happen until it did. Until it did. Then I lost my wife, mother of 2 kids, my best friend, to an overdose. Well, you know, it does happen. That's one of life's terrible storms. And it does happen. So, with that being said, I don't want it to happen to you or anybody else out there. That's a fact, Jack. So, some of the, and if you have any questions, hey, please put them in the chat. Any concerns or comments? I'd love to hear from you. So if you're ready to leave the old life behind and you're ready to move on and move forward and get the new life going, stick around. You know, whether you're new in sobriety or you're strengthening your sobriety that you have right now, I'm here to try to help you out best I can. Okay, and you have any comments? Again, any comments? Just put them in the chat. This is our journey. Our journey, and you know, I'd love to hear from you. You just and if you care for, you know, if you like what you're hearing here, and just hit the like button, that'd be appreciated as well. And if you want to subscribe, so every time that I come on, it comes you get a little notification, that'd be great too. It'll help you get the message out to other people, to more people. And if you don't, well, then you don't. So some resources I use while we're talking about the subject is because I don't just babble on my own. I do use a little thing called the Life Recovery Workbook, which is very good. Very good. Highly recommended. Of course, I use the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. This happens to be the hardcover book. And somebody gave this to my wife a while back, and somebody gave this one to her too. But unfortunately, she didn't get it. NA. Her drug of choice took her out. So we use these books as resources. And last but not least, you see that? Celebrate Recovery. I am attending now, after going to Alcoholics Anonymous for a number of years, My church offers Celebrate Recovery every Tuesday night, and it's a great, great group uh, for recovery based on Christian principles, and it's super. I love it. I love it. So we'll talk about that as well. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, check out Celebrate Recovery in your area as well. I know there's always AA, there's always NA. They're all good. They're great, as a matter of fact. Um, and Celebrate Recovery is just is primo. Check them out as well. If there's one in your local church, they're usually sponsored by the church. Check them out and go to a meeting. Doesn't matter where you go, just get there. Okay, just get there. So last time, what we talked about was why am I not in the center here? I got to move myself a little bit. Um, Last time, what we talked about was step one, the first step in the 12-step program. The first step, we admitted that we were powerless over our problems. And you can fill in the blank there, whatever your problem is. AA says powerless over alcohol, powerless over drugs, and that our lives had become unmanageable. That was step one. Celebrate Recovery, just a little bit different, but all the same meaning. Realize that I am not God. I admit that I am powerless to control my tendency to do the wrong thing, and that my life is unmanageable. Same meaning, you're powerless and your life is unmanageable. Okay? Well, let's change that. You've got to change it, right? It's up to you. So, what are we doing this evening? Well, we're going to talk about step 2 in the 12 steps of recovery. All right, step 2. So, step 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. That's the same as AA. Very general, but it's a fact. The only way you're going to get sober is came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity, because you're basically insane as an addict. Celebrate Recovery, they label their steps as principles as opposed to steps. So principle 2, earnestly believe that God exists, that I matter to him, and that he has the power to help me recover. Step 2 from Celebrate Recovery. So we came to believe in a power greater than ourselves. Well, in my case, the power greater than myself is God. Now, again, for you, it could be a lot different. But God gave me a miracle, gave me sobriety, recovery, and a new life. It can happen to you. Came to believe. We came to believe. So what about it? Well, it's a powerful statement, number one. Very powerful. Because it's not going to happen if you don't get it right. Okay? It doesn't say we fully believe. It says you came to believe. All right, that means this step, just like the previous step of the 12-step program to recovery and sobriety, is a journey. It's a process. It It's not a demand for instant, perfect faith. It's a process. So if you're unsure or you're skeptical or even resistant, that's okay. You're still in the right place at the right time. Okay. Um, let's take step 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Let's take that and break it down. Came to believe first. And what is that? You came to believe. Well, it's about openness, willingness. Big word in recovery. Willingness. Pardon me. Are you willing to open your mind and your heart and just make a little small shift in the way that you think? Okay, you don't have to be certain. You don't need to be absolutely positive about anything right now. Just make that little shift in your thinking and say, okay, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to give it a shot. I know I've got to change. I don't want to spend another night in jail. I don't want to have to go to court. I don't want to have to spend all that money on fines. I don't want to have to lose my license. I don't want to have to. There's a lot of I don't want to have to's. A lot. I don't want to die of an overdose or have my liver explode. I don't want that to happen. Okay. So with that being said, all you need is a little willingness. Just make a little change in your thinking, right? Just a little crack. Open up the door just a little bit. Came to believe. Now, the second part of that step is came to believe a power greater than ourselves. A power. Now, it doesn't have to look the same for everybody. As I said, that power greater than yourself. Okay, it can be God, as it is for many people, including myself. For others, it could start as a group, a recovery group, a church group. That's a power greater than yourself, for sure. Many people gather together for the same reason, with the same problem and the same goals. A recovery group is a great place to start. The more the merrier. That's what I always say. But here's the key. It's not you alone anymore. That's the bottom line. You're not alone. Okay, you get together with a group of people, whether it's AA, NA, Celebrate Recovery, a church group, something outside of church where people have the same goal in mind, and that is recovery, sobriety. There's many groups available. Through the hospital, they offer different groups as well. Does it mean you're sick? Yeah, it does mean you're sick. And you got to get well. And you can. The third part of that step, restore us to sanity. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. If you're not sane, then you're what? You're insane. And if you're an alcoholic or an addict, yeah. Hate to give you the bad news, but yeah. Basically, your insanity takes over. Your addiction is going to create a cycle of insanity if it hasn't already. And you know what that is. You know what it is. It's doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting different results, and you're trapped on that hamster wheel. I saw a little YouTube short the other day of the hamsters. It wasn't a wheel, it was a disc. It was like a disc. And the disc was spinning. And the hamster got up on the disc and ran on the disc. I think they had like 3 of them together. They had a lot of hamsters. And they were going nuts. And they were going nowhere. Nowhere. But they loved it. Just like that addiction. Going nowhere. Were they sane? Well, I guess for a hamster, I guess they were sane because that's their thing. But think about that. That's what you do in your addiction. You're just running in circles, and you do it over and over and over again, expecting different results and feeling trapped. And I don't know where I'm going, but I got to get off of this train. Got to get off of this ride. Oh, that happened to me once when I went to a county fair. Got on a ride. This is going back a couple of years, just a couple. Got on a ride. And I can't even remember what they called it, the whip or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. But it was crazy. You get in this thing, and you've seen them at fairs, and they just go like this, and they spin around, and it just keeps going, and it whips you out this way, and then whoops you back again that way, and whips you again. Might as well be a space shot, right? Got on that ride, and the ride guy decided, I guess he was going to take a lunch break or coffee break. I guess the ride was only supposed to last maybe 3 or 4 minutes at the most. Oh, the guy just disappeared, left us on the ride. Here we are going around and whipping back and forth. I think we're on it 10 minutes, at least. Get off the ride. Where the heck were you? What the heck were you thinking? I didn't use those words exactly, but you can imagine. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, feeling trapped. Well, sanity is about breaking that cycle of insanity, right? It's about thinking clearly again, and you can do it. You live a little bit differently or a lot differently, and it'll change your life. Take my word for it. It will change your life. Changed mine immensely. Not only mine, but there's millions of people out there that it's changed their life as well. All right. Put down the drug or the drink and begin to think. I just made that up. But it's true. So step 1, that was all about admitting you were powerless. Step 2, that's about discovering hope. Big word, hope. H-O-P-E, hope. Because, once you make that admission to yourself, right now to yourself, I can't fix it by myself. I can't fix this on my own. I need help. What can I do? Where can I go? What can I do? Is there something out there that can help me make this change? Well, yeah, of course there is. Of course. And being that this is based on Christian principles, the Bible captures this idea. Okay, this is from one of my favorite books in the Bible, which is Matthew. I think Matthew had he knew something. With man, this is from Matthew 19:26 from the New International Version. With man, this is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. So if you depend on yourself, man, to solve this problem on your own, well, in the book of Matthew, it says, with man, it's impossible. Impossible. But with God, your higher power, all things are possible. And that's a fact. All things are possible. That's the shift you're looking for, from impossible to possible. Even if you're not sure what you believe yet, it's okay. Step 2 invites you in so you can consider it. Are you willing to at least think about it? That's where you have to start. You really do. Hello, Sam. Oh, wow. That's good. That's a good deal. So, impossible to possible. Even if you're not sure what you believe yet. Right? Don't let the God thing take you out, because your drug will do that for you. Whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, whatever your addiction is, it'll take you out. It'll do you the big favor of taking you out. No, we're not going to let it do that. We're not going to do that, right? We're not going to go in that direction. All right. Now, look, let's be honest. A belief can be hard. Okay? A belief can be hard. Some people struggle with hurts, lost trust, or they've tried before and you failed. Don't let it bother you. You're human. You are human first. You are human first before anything else. Okay. Maybe you're thinking, look, I don't know if I believe in God. I don't know what I believe in right now. I don't know what I believe. I'm not sure. Well, it's okay. You can feel that way. It doesn't matter at this point. Okay. Step 2 doesn't require perfect theology thinking. All it requires is willingness. Willingness. I don't believe, but am I willing to listen, to maybe believe? Am I open? Am I willing? That's all. That's where it starts. Don't get all hung up in the God thing right now. Okay? Are you willing? Are you open? That's the most important step right there that goes along with step 2. Another little quickie from the Bible. This is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1. Faith. Faith often begins before we have any proof at all. Well, isn't that what the Christian faith is all about? Or any faith is all about. It begins before we have any proof. Okay? So, look, let's go a little deeper into this. Why does it have to be something greater than ourselves? A power greater than ourselves. Why? Because, and AA talks a lot about this, self-will alone can't fix the problem. If it could, nobody would have any addiction problems. Nobody. No addiction to food or sex or porn or alcohol or drugs, or there wouldn't be any addictions because we could just fix it ourselves. We could say, oh, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way for most of us. And again, this is all my opinion, by the way, based on my recovery and my experiences. What's a higher power going to do for me? Well, it's going to give you strength beyond your limits with faith, wisdom beyond your thinking with faith, and stability beyond your emotions with faith. You gotta have faith. Gotta have faith, faith, faith. Remember that song? Well, some of you probably weren't even born. 80 something. Yeah. But it's true. You've got to have that faith. You got to have faith. And step 2 is a giant step. Let's be honest. Letting go of the idea that you're thinking alone is going to save you is not going to work. Okay, you got to have something, a power greater than yourself to bring you back to sanity. Even your addiction is going to have an effect on you that you're, well, it has an effect on you already. It has an effect on your thinking. All right. What does it do? It tells you that it's okay. Harmful behavior is okay. Yep, it's okay. I'll never get caught, especially if you're, like if you're a drinker or you're using and you're driving. I'll never get caught. It'll never happen to me. An overdose will never happen to me. My liver's fine. I've been drinking for 25 years. I've never had a problem with my liver until it explodes. And even marriage, divorce, relationships that are destroyed time after time after time. Guilty as charged. That's your addiction. Checking in with you. Sanity, on the other hand, is clarity. It's seeing truth. Again. What does that mean, again? You saw truth before you became an addict. That's one of the things that got me sober, was thinking back, getting my brain to go back before I became an alcoholic. Oh, I know some people say you're born an alcoholic, all this DNA and what have you. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going there just yet. But before I became an active alcoholic with consequences, I was a different person back then. So you can see the truth again. Making decisions that align with reality, that's a huge part of step 2. Made a decision. You make a decision. Wow. That's giant. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. So you're making decisions that align with reality and not denial, not that river in Egypt. And restoration means it's possible to get there. And you're not stuck. You're not stuck permanently. You're not beyond repair. You're not broken beyond being put back together with a little bit of glue. You're good. You're human. And the Bible offers a little bit of hope here, too. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewing of your mind. That's what getting clean and sober is all about. Renewing of your mind. A renewed mind. Take that mind out and give it a good washing. Shake it out. Get all the garbage out of it. Put it back in. You have a new way of thinking, just like that. It would be nice if you could do it that way, wouldn't it? So, how do you actually practice step 2? How do I practice step 2? Well, again, number 1, you stay open. You don't have to be the person that has all the answers all at once. Don't worry about that. Just don't shut the door. Be willing to listen, which is the second point. Listen to others, right? Be willing to listen to others. You go to a meeting, a group meeting, AA, NA, Celebrate Recovery. You listen to others and their problems and how they overcame those problems to become clean and sober. So listen. If it worked, I know I can talk. If it worked for them, maybe it can work for you. Or you can say to yourself, if it worked for them, maybe it can work for me too. And it can. You've got to challenge your old ways of thinking. When your mind says, and it said it to me before in the past, I'll be honest. When your mind says, nothing's going to change, it's going to stay the same forever. Nothing's going to change. Well, you got to question that and say, wait a minute. I can change. I do have the right to change. I'm making a decision that I'm going to change. And how am I going to do it? I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try. I'm going to get out. I'm going to get off my butt. I know that this is causing me nothing but grief and pain and money and time and jobs and opportunities that are handed to you on a golden platter. Like the golden ticket. Here. But you keep screwing it up. Guilty as charged. So try something new. Get out to a meeting. Talk to somebody. Before you get in bed, or when you get in bed and you before you close your eyes and conk out for the evening, say a little gratitude prayer. Even if it feels uncomfortable. Oh, I know when I was a kid, I used to say a little prayer at bedtime. It wasn't anything fancy. I don't know. That was back in the day, way, way back in the dinosaur days. But say a little prayer. A little gratitude prayer always helps. If you're sober for the day, thank you for keeping me sober today. I do. I say it. I admit it. Thank you. It feels good And if you do it every day, guess what? It becomes natural. So, this is all right. I don't mind saying that, at night or in the morning, if that's better for you. Hey, I always say when I wake up in the morning. Of course, when I was younger, I never used to say anything like this, but I always say, thank you, God, for giving me another day in paradise. Is it always paradise? No, but it's paradise just to wake up, right? Open your eyes in the morning. All right. Because I know what it was like in the past. And when I wake up in the morning with a splitting headache and not feeling good, and I just don't. I can't make it to work today. I got to call in sick. And that didn't last too long. That really didn't last too long. So believe it can happen for you. Belief grows through action, not just words. You know what they say, actions speak louder than words. Take the small steps. Doesn't hurt. It's simple. It's really simple. The 12-step program to recovery is simple. It's not meant to be complicated. Different groups do different things with it, and some stretch out the time to do the 12 steps and others compress it into a short period of time. Doesn't matter. They're all easy. They're common sense. What's common about common sense, you say? In today's world, not much. But it's really easy. So we're looking at step 2. All right. You don't need perfect faith. You don't need to define everything today or tomorrow. You don't need to take everything and define it, right away. And you don't need to agree with everything to begin with. If you have a thing with the God thing and it's not you and it doesn't fit your beliefs at the moment, then don't worry about it. You don't need to do that. If you believe in a higher power, whatever it is, take advantage of that belief to help you take the next step into your recovery. Okay, step 2 is not about having it all figured out. It's about being willing to move forward. Okay. If you're out there and you're listening right now, hey, please put a little note in chat for me. Let me know that you're there. And if you'd like to click the like button or subscribe so you're always tuned in when I start the stream, it'll help me get the message out to some other folks that may need it. Okay. So always appreciate that. Like I said, if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, look, I want to believe, but I'm not there yet. Hey, it's okay. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? That's what they say. Don't sweat it. You're closer than you think. And it's easy. Even a small, tiny bit of willingness matters a lot when it comes to your recovery. Just be willing. And here's a little reminder as well. Another one from the New International Version. Psalms 28:7 says, and some of you may have heard this before, the Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. So you don't have to generate all this strength by yourself. Help is available if you take advantage of it. Yeah, take advantage of the help that's offered to you. And don't worry about it so much. I used to worry too. Oh, if I go to AA, if I go to AA and I admit that I'm an alcoholic, I'm not telling the truth. Because I'm not an alcoholic. Even though I have 15 or whatever DUIs, and I've been, here, and I lost my job, and lost the wife and the kids, and the car, and I don't have a drinking problem. I'm not an alcoholic. Well, it's okay. You don't have to admit it right away. Just be willing to open the door and admit to yourself that, yeah, there's a little problem here. Bottom line is, you got to grow up. You've got to grow up. I never wanted to grow up. I was very happy being a teenager for the rest of my life. And I know there's a lot of folks out there, whether they're addicts or not, that feel the same way. But if you're an addict, alcoholic addict, food addict, whatever your addiction is, yeah, there's a time you got to put on the brakes and grow up or suffer the consequences. And you may have already dipped your toes into the water of consequences already. Okay. So bringing it all together, what about step 2? Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Okay, so take notes. Okay. It's a process. It's not an instant belief. It's about openness. It's about willingness. And step 2 introduces us, being an addict, being an alcoholic, introduces us to hope after being powerless. Step 2 invites you to trust something beyond yourself. That's a giant step there in itself. Trust something beyond yourself. And again, it could be a group meeting, any one of the organizations out there. And it points toward a restored, clear, and healthy mind. Who doesn't want one of those? Right? Yeah, we all do. You just have to be, what's the magic word? Willing. Just be willing. Willingness can change everything, can change your life, can make your life so much better. You'll be able to see clearly. You'll be present. Drinking and drugging, you're not present. You're somewhere else. I don't know where I was. I have a new nickname for myself. I'm a space cadet. I'm a real space cadet. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That's where I was in my alcohol addiction. Somewhere out there on the moon. I think I went to the moon before Artemis and the Orion spacecraft, those astronauts. All the astronauts that went to the moon. I was there first. I was there first. Oh, Lord. So step 1, of course, that was about being honest. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. And step 2, of course, is about hope, willingness, hope that change is possible, hope that you're not alone, hope that your life can be different, and hope can begin right now. Right where you are. There's nothing stopping you but you. You like when I poke you like that? There's nothing stopping you but you. Hope will make the change. You got to change what's up here first. Take the garbage out. Take the garbage out. Make that change. And you can make the change with a little hope and willingness. Okay? Um, all you have to do, wake up when you get in the shower or the bathtub or whatever you do, whatever your process is in the morning, look yourself in the mirror. I'm open. I'm willing. I want something different. I want something different. I don't want to call into work late. I want that raise. I want that promotion. I'm not going to get it like this. I won't be keeping my job very much longer like this. Okay, I'm willing. I want something different out of my life. And that's enough to start. That starts your recovery journey. I hope it lasts. It may not. My opinion, you could start and stop and fall off the wagon, as they used to say back in the day, have a relapse and start again, have a relapse, start again. That's what happened to me. I didn't get my sanity back for a while until I had a soul-shattering spiritual experience. And that turned everything around for me. Now, does that need to happen to you? Do you need to have that soul-shattering spiritual experience? Well, I hope you do. My particular experience was something I will never, ever forget. And it wasn't a bolt of lightning, almost, but it was enough that changed me and changed the way I think about a lot of things instantly. And keep in mind, that was after I had been in and out, relapse, in and out, relapse, in and out, relapse, in and out. I don't know. I had a drawer full of white chips. I don't have any left now. I think I lost them all in the last move that we made, but I had a drawer full. I probably had 10 of them at least. So you could be off to a rough start. However, just say, I'm open, I'm willing, I want something different. Open your mind, open your heart, and the change will happen. Eventually, it will happen. Well, when will it happen? When is it going to happen? I want it to happen tomorrow. Well, you got to start. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one baby step. Take baby steps to get going. Because you learn a lot more as you go with those baby steps than you would if you took a giant leap. That's my opinion. Okay. You may have a different opinion, and that's fine. Just remember to click the like button and subscribe, and that way, each time I have a little something to say here, you can join me. And hopefully it'll help somebody else out there. Okay. Got to keep it going. All right. So basically, I think we kind of reviewed and went over step 2 very, very bigly. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. The next step in the 12 steps, step 3, is where I got the number 3 in my logo, my little emblem. Aware and convinced. 312. 3. The 3 is from step 3. Oh, you want to know what that is? You're not familiar with it? We made a decision to turn our wills and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. That is the Alcoholics Anonymous version. As we understood him, they add that. The generic version is simply we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God. Step 3 in Celebrate Recovery, or principle 3, I should say, is consciously choose to commit all my life and will to Christ's care and control. Again, basically the same. They're all the same. They'll get you to the same place. It doesn't matter how you get there, just get there, right? Just get there. So that would be step 3. And I think we can do that. Let me see here. Bear with me here just a minute while I go to one of my... I'm going to go to one of my little references. There we go. Right, let's see. Let me find step 2 first of all. Okay. Oh. 17. I think this is important. So I'm going to go right there. Yeah, big book. Okay. Willingness. It was only, this is from the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Bill Wilson, founder, one of the founders of Alcoholics Anonymous. It was only a matter of being willing to believe in a power greater than myself. Nothing more was required of me to make my beginning. I saw that growth could start from that point. Upon the foundation of complete willingness, I might build what I saw in my friend. Would I have it? Of course I would. Okay, this is when he was having a chat with one of his friends up north. And it's a great story. When Bill talks to his buddy that he hadn't seen in a while. And I can't remember his name. I cannot remember his name, but he was crazy at one time, and he got sober. And oh my goodness, let's see if I can find. I don't think it gives his name in here, actually. No, he just says his friend from school. Okay. Yeah, an old school friend. I cannot remember his name. I would suggest that the Big Book is a great read. A great read. Now, one of the other things that helped me get sober, I like to go out for walks in the afternoon. And I had the kind of job that I could do that. Or the morning. And I had access or got access through the internet, and it's out there now, and it's there for you as well, to Joe and Charlie. Look them up. I think they're, let me just see if I have that. Let's see if I have that. Let's see, where would that be? See if I can find it here. I know it's in there somewhere. It is. Okay. And that is, let's see if they're still up and running. Yes. Silkworth, SILKWORTH, silkworth.net. Joe and Charlie, AA History Part 1, Part 2, 3, 4. Fabulous. They're actually at a meeting in the back in the 90s, and not the 1890s, the 1990s. And it's great. History tells everything about AA you'd ever want to know, and how it came to be, how it works, how to make it work in your life. And it's just a super couple of guys. They've passed on, but they've left a great legacy. Fabulous. And that really helped me to get sober. So check that out. Joe and Charlie. Excellent. It doesn't matter what your choice of addiction is. You can plug anything in. When they say alcohol, plug anything in there and it works. Okay. Joe and Charlie. My favorites. Okay, so where am I now? Did I get lost here? I think I did. Okay, we're back at it. So anyhow, that's I think we're going to wrap it up here for tonight. And it's been real. It's been fun. Has it been real fun? I don't know. I hope you've been out there listening and got a little something out of it. And we'll be back tomorrow. I think around the same time, 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there. And we'll do it for an hour and a half. If I get responses, enough responses through the chat, I will definitely go longer. There's no question about that. Or likes and subscriptions, subscribes. Definitely go a little longer there. But I think we'll wrap it up for this evening. It's about 9:24 Eastern Time. And do appreciate you visiting today. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, right? It's our journey together. And we'll do the whole thing together. 1 hour at a time, one stream at a time. Really doesn't matter. I want to thank you for being here. God bless you. God bless our veterans, all of them. I know that there's an issue going on now over in the Middle East, of course, but God bless them. God bless them all. Active and non-active veterans and veterans. And remember, trust God, clean house, help others, you'll get clean and sober. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.